2 minutes to start.
So everybody just got home, so it's going to be a little loud in here for a few minutes.
Fantastic. 2 minutes to go. Yes, sir.
I better unpack this shit quick.
Rocking and rolling on this pumping music.
Oh, we're live now.
Yeah, we're rocking and rolling, buddy.
Don't lie to me, Twitch. There we go. Alright.
Uno momento. Yeah.
Alright, so I'm not actually keeping my chat open for once in case anybody wants to talk. Not that there's really anybody listening to us.
No problem. Jib, jab.
I'm really
like
mad.
30-ish
I bought Witcher.
Bought what?
Like the Witcher 3. Thinking
Really?
that my computer can run it. Nope.
Wasn't great?
Oh no, my laptop just can't handle it.
Oh,
I do this every time I get a new rig. I'm like, alright, well let's put it through its paces. The last one was Portal 2, which I can finally run. But now I can't. I want to run The Witcher, but it won't let me do it.
Well, on that note, are you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm open, ready to go. Got the new version.
What's up, everybody? Josh.
Here's Taylor.
Welcome.
And yeah, this is our awesome show.
Oh yeah, woohoo.
We're
We're fantastic, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, yeah, updates. Done a lot of them.
Yes. Well. Yeah.
Well, a few.
A lot of coding updates. Not a whole lot of graphics.
Yes.
I've been kind of slacking this week.
Slagger.
I know. Work's been crazy.
Let's start with. I have changed.
Is this the version I sent you?
Yes,
Okay.
this is the newest version. We're just gonna go ahead and just change this guy real quick. Added muzzle flashes to the turrets. I'm kind of still tinkering with the randomization of the guns themselves.
Right.
To make it look a little less like waves of bullets and like actually like bullets going across the screen. Like guns shooting at different speeds. I don't know. It looks weird to me and I want to fix it.
Yeah, right.
But I did add, there's a muzzle flare. I do like that. It's a lot more
like a
natural look. Yeah, it's a lot more natural looking. The other big update as far as this is concerned is I've updated the saw blades quite a bit.
Yeah, look at it over there, actually bouncing off the wood
Yeah,
instead of like
10 feet in front of it.
Right, instead of like bouncing over here, it's actually bouncing on the wall itself. And they go freaking nuts. They do what they're supposed to.
Right.
He seems like he gets so small.
I know, right?
I've adapted the
depth.
the depth code a bit to where it actually looks like we've got some depth going on, but that actually kind of looks a little weird to me.
It does. Like, he cuts off right there at the end of the treadmills.
Yeah, well, I didn't want him to, like, I tried running it the whole way to, like, the edge of the wall, and he gets, like, really
Super small, right.
Really small.
Well, can we limit the amount he shrinks from where he's at?
Yeah, I can probably figure out a way to make that happen.
I tried to play around with it, but
and you done fucked something up.
It's your code. I mean, I can break anything I want.
Yeah, just break it. Taylor will fix it. It's fine.
Yeah,
fine.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what I pay you for, right?
Wait, hold on. I'm getting paid for this?
Let's not get into semantics, okay?
Alright, so, but yeah, so everything bounces the way that it should. I encountered a weird bug right before we started, where the saw blades, some of them were just going right through the freaking wall.
Right.
So I had to completely scrap my old code that I thought worked so well, but it didn't. And now it's actually a lot more streamlined, a lot more, it's a lot better. Honestly, it's a lot more efficient.
You know, when we started this project, we thought it was going to be easy as hell. Yeah, we'll just make a room, put a guy in it, he'll shoot to the left.
Oh yeah, that was another thing I kind of wanted to just kind of visualize where we're at right now. So this is our game screen where we're at right now. But let's take it back. Let's take it back
to the very first rendering of our super game.
Yeah. Let's set the way back to what, 4 months ago.
Mm-hmm. Been working on it for 4 months. This is what we got so far.
Yeah. But hey, it looks damn good for the age that it is.
It looks damn good compared to what we started with.
Right. All right. So let's roll it back to version 0.1.
0.1. This was general movement.
Right. This is like, dear God, why can I not make this damn thing aim properly?
But I'm just saying, the graphics were awesome.
On point, sir.
On point.
So let's just have a look. Let's just have a look at where we started from. And once it finishes compiling.
Oh
yes.
Yeah, right there.
Look at this magic right here.
Oh yeah, the sensor detecting where the crosshairs was.
Yeah, your version and my version look a little bit different because I do a lot of debug stuff. So I just, for debugging, especially when it comes to tracking variables and stuff, I'll just throw them right in the middle of the room where I can see them.
But look how awesome that damn slaughterhouse worker works.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Does he have any fire? No.
I'm hitting the button right now and it's not working. I don't know if this was pre.
This was pre-shooting. Well, actually, it was more of like pooping in my version.
Right.
He just kind of pooped out the bullets out of his
backside. This was bad. This is bad. Oh
no, where is he going? He's ascending.
Do what I want, where I want, how I want.
Well, obviously that's a ghost, but
obviously. But yeah, so that's that. Started from the bottom.
Working to the top.
Now we're here. It actually looks like a game now.
Looks like the start of the game.
Look at this. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Look at this shit. This is actually pretty freaking sweet.
That's something we really have to fix. Like, run up and scroll around on your aim. Like, run down towards the screen and just like flip. Have his arms kind of flip. It's like he's throwing them together. It's like when he gets to one point, he's like, "Switch, motherfucker!"
So I think I know how to fix this. And I'm gonna take a look at that in a minute. because I had an idea on how to fix it, but the other day you were like, just make the depth code work, damn it.
Just make it work. It's driving me crazy.
It's like Monday or Tuesday, you were working on your portfolio or something. You're like, God damn it, the depth code is not working. Just make it work right. Make it do what it's supposed to.
Look, I got other things going on right now. I can't do it. I can't. Oh my god.
Taylor, fix it.
Taylor, you're my coder. Fix it.
So it literally, I came home, I worked on it for like 20 minutes, got the depth code working to somewhat better than it was, and
well, that's because you actually, like, the depth code I had beginning was crude. You made it phenomenal. Like, it works.
Well, yeah, I took your 30 lines of code and changed it to 4.
Exactly. That's why you get paid the big bucks. That's right.
Again, where is said
semantics, Taylor? Semantics.
I guess I'm getting paid in life experiences.
Yes, you do.
Yes. Can I get that in a big check though? Like one of the big publisher clearinghouse checks.
as long as we do great on this game and we make a lot of money, yeah, I'll buy you a big check.
Whoa! What the hell?
Wait, what happened?
Did you see that?
No, what happened?
Oh, switch over to Twitch real quick.
Okay. Let me rewind.
Hopefully you don't miss it. You might have missed it. That was really weird. Like it hit.
Oh, I see that. It's just bouncing around the bottom.
Yeah. What the hell is that all about?
Oh god, that's weird. Huh.
I can't.
Maybe
it glitched. Maybe it hit the.
It hit the wall and then checked itself when it was in the wall.
It glitched itself into the freaking barrier at the bottom, and then the barrier is literally just reversed the speed, so it just keeps reversing its vertical speed until it broke.
Do me a favor though. I want to see why we're on screen. Bring in the chickens and slow down the pace of the chainsaws. I want to see how the wall looks when it's being hit.
Alright, so
because that's like the only major thing.
Another little neat thing that is fully integrated right now is the fact that like I can control everything from right here.
Yes, which is another great thing.
Freaking dope. And actually, we're just gonna turn the saw blades off.
There we go.
And we're gonna go to spawner. Alright, and we're not gonna make them 50. We're gonna go like.
Oh yeah, sorry. I was testing out the saw blades, you know. Like, put an army of chickens
for science.
For science.
And that's the other thing that I gotta make sure that they damage the wall itself.
And you know,
because right now you have this arbitrary variable set up, wall HP, that is not tracked anywhere else.
No, it's not. Oh damn! Look at it go. They're tearing the fuck out of that wall.
Storm.
Shaking and beating red like Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Hello, AVJ.
Yeah, it's just like, hey, you're using up way too much memory right now.
Alright, well, that seems to be working fine.
Yeah, oh, and I changed it. I did change, actually, I guess my implementation was correct in that this was literally, I was getting ready to test that right before we went on air.
What was that?
I changed it to, instead of when it's in contact, it does like 1,000,000 goddamn damage. Like it just keeps doing damage.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it'll be a lot easier to see with just one chicken on the board.
Okay.
Oh, well, I guess 2 chickens. Wait.
2 chickens.
Not if I have anything to say about it. Alright, one chicken.
Kill that fucking chicken. Oh wow,
so,
1 chicken does a lot of damage.
Well, it does 10 damage at the end of every animation cycle. Which I can dock that a lot.
0.1.
But that's just, well...
It'll be better when we have the bar set up, because it'll have to be digits. Or decimals.
Right, well, not necessarily, because the health bar is run off of a percentage. So you got one variable that's going to be your maximum, and then you have the current, and then the health bar shows a percentage of what the health bar or what your current health is compared to the maximum. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a decimal.
Right.
It can be a whole number.
Well, just so you're clear, like we're gonna have like 15 different enemies, and this is the very first one. So it should do the lowest amount of damage.
Well, obviously.
Right.
But we don't have to start with 100 HP. We can make that HP count, the start HP, whatever we want, because it's not going to be, you're not going to be able to see this number ever.
That's true too. That's very true.
Well, so, anyway, that's farther down the line.
Right. Looks good. Whatever you did with the saw blades, try and do with the chickens in the player as well.
What do you mean?
How you can get closer to the wall.
Oh, yeah.
Because the chicken's like 5 feet away, not headbutting the wall, but it's...
Honestly, it's literally going to be
copy
paste. It's super, super easy to do that.
Alright.
Alright, so that's done. We don't need that anymore. That is done for now.
Alright, so... We're about 15 minutes in. I think like 14 or 13. But we're gonna go ahead and view you for a little bit. I'm gonna start working on a little.
All right. So what? I just went over like 9 different things.
Yes.
That I need to fix. What should I focus on? Because right now I'm really scatterbrained. It's been a really long day.
Just because I'm an artist and an aesthetically pleasing.
You want me to fix the collision lines first? Okay.
Yeah. Work on that.
All right. I can do that. That's simple enough.
And while you're doing it, I'm going to try and distract you.
Lord. Always.
With a bunch of game dev questions that I'm going to need your opinion on. Oh no! Did I get rid of? No, I didn't. Haha.
Don't Control C anything right now.
Don't Control C anything?
Don't copy anything. Because we're using TeamViewer. Every time you do it, it wipes what I have.
Really?
Yes.
No shit.
So then I would have to go back into whatever it is that I was doing. So just don't copy anything for like till I tell you.
Hold on. I want to test this theory.
Don't do. I
want to test this theory. Just
to God,
bring up like Notepad or like go into a blank space of code. And just humor me for a second, because that sounds funny as hell.
Hold on, wait.
Let me know.
Right.
Let me know.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, go ahead. Paste it.
See?
No shit.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Literally, you steal it. So okay. I need this chunk of code.
Control Z that shit, because you don't want to.
Alright, it's fine. It's fine. I'm not even looking at it.
So. My first question is, according to MUO, which is makeusof.com, the 4 most important aspects in a video game design. What do you think those are?
Hold on. What?
So, what do you think the 4 most important points of a video game is? Like, how do you think a player would? Why do you think a player would play a game?
All right. Well, it's got to be fun.
Fun. Okay.
Fun's one of them.
Right.
It's got to be at least like.
Now, get a little more specific. Like, what do you mean by?
Okay. So like I guess you're asking me to define, quantify fun in a game.
Yeah. Like, is it addictive? Like. Is it like immersive? Like it puts you in another world? Is it like
I mean, it's different from game to game. I mean, you could make arguments for every game as to why this particular game is fun. I don't think it's like a specific. These 4 things. If you have these 4 things, it's going to be a success regardless.
Right. That's basically what it comes down to. So, what 4 things do you think is the most important aspect in a game to make it successful?
To make it successful, number 1 is replayability.
Replayability. Okay, that's
number 1.
Okay.
Number 2, it's got to be challenging.
Challenging.
Not super crazy difficult unless that's what the player wants. But obviously, they're going to go find Dark Souls and crawl into a pit.
So true.
But I mean, it's got to be challenging to an extent. If it's too easy, you're not going to want to play it.
Right.
Engaging in some way, whether it be puzzles, action, some way of
something to stimulate you, make you seem like you're making progression in the game.
Right. And then the last thing is the X Factor. I don't know. It's like the X Factor. It's the thing that like separates freaking Mario from Super Meat Boy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's
like
it's
the
got
nicheiness to it, like how it's got its own voice, like its own.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. It's got like a certain. It's unique. I think.
Yeah, uniqueness is good, especially in the indie world. Like
right. Oh yeah, for sure. Especially if you're trying to go out and do stuff on your own, like it's got to be unique. It's got to be something that nobody's really done before, or if it has been done before, it's got to be.
Damn, you actually did a good job.
Yeah.
We didn't see it. I have house guests. One of them just snuck in here and completely ninja rolled to get something.
Right on.
Like, crawled on the floor. It was great. It was great. So, according to MUO, which is makeusof.com,
right.
The 4 things they think make a great game. Top of the charts is immersion. One of the things that leaves a deep, lasting impression on a gamer is how immersed they are in the world that the developer created. Which I can agree with. I mean, you get into like games like Skyrim, and you have like so many things to do and so many places to go. That's the reason I kept going back, was because it was so immersive. The next thing they had is music. One of the most underrated parts of the game is a good soundtrack can literally change the feeling of the game.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'm totally quoting them, by the way.
And honestly, I totally misinterpreted what you were asking.
It was a hard question. It was kind of an abstract question, but I wanted to see like what the common, like what someone would say if I went up and asked them that question. So it was good intel. The next one they have is addictiveness. In order to keep a player coming back to the game, there has to be something about the game that gets them a little addicted, in their words. Which I agree. Like, with our game in particular, it's going to be, okay, buy all the best upgrades. Like, the gameplay is going to be pretty much the same. You know, we're going to have different enemies, you have the same objective, but you want to be able to be faster and quicker at it.
Right.
So that's going to be our little niche there. And the last one, which they call is a little overrated, is visuals. Everyone loves graphics. You know,
Oh god.
What happened?
The chicken just blew right through the wall.
How did the chicken blow through the wall?
I don't know.
But
okay, but yeah.
So graphics do make a part, even though they're overrated. You know, you'll look at like the newest Assassin's Creed or something that comes out, and the only thing that people I've talked to about it is like, oh my god, the graphics are great, and I was like, that's fantastic, but it's not the same. Like, I think the newest Assassin's Creed was like, revolutionary times. You just use the fucking grappling hook to get everywhere. And that got annoying as hell. Like, where's the parkour, like in the first one?
Right. Oh, yeah, you're talking about the newest Assassin's Creed, where you can literally just zip line around everything.
You just shoot a grappling hook, zip line wherever you want to go.
Right. And actually, I watched a video on that a little while ago. And basically, that was at MagFest.
Yes,
we talked about that.
Yeah, they did talk
about how, like, because the world itself had to be so much bigger than the other ones, there was no real space for parkour in that game, and that's kind of cool, but it did kind of detract from certain things, the stuff that makes Assassin's Creed.
Right. the thing I loved about Assassin's Creed was the parkour. You could jump up literally on every ledge and climb the building.
Right. As a ice crusher.
Okay. I was like, are you okay?
Oh, that's why right there. That, my friend, is why right there.
Wait, what are you doing? Conveyor belt 1, conveyor belt 2, conveyor belt 3. Oh, okay. Underneath here.
So the else right here is making it.
That's also why the chickens kind of lag when they're walking. Is because you have it set for random speed instead of setting it to one speed.
Well, I don't want them all walking at the same speed, bro.
I agree with that, but it's checking itself constantly.
I'm going to. You're gonna come up here. Copy.
Oh snap!
Yeah,
okay.
check this out.
Wall collision.
This is getting weird.
Oh god.
It's gonna be just collision in general. Self speed equals 0.
I like how it has an or instead of like an if else, or like a switch statement. The or kind of like makes it easier.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just kind of giving it a list of.
Right. But usually with other programming languages like Java or C++, you have to either do a switch statement or an if-else statement. There's no or. Like, there's an or inside the if statement that you can kind of manipulate, but...
Right. Alright, so what do I want to do? So that's going to stop it. That's going to move it up. And then I want to double this up.
Sprite index equals.
There we go.
I see what you did there. So it won't just go through as soon as it transfers.
Right. Die chicken.
That's right.
Rise chicken.
Rise chicken. Rise.
Chicken.
Chicken.
Rise chicken. Come on, chicken. Rise chicken.
Rise chicken. Come on.
All right.
Come on, rise.
Stop. There we go.
Oh.
And it's not.
It's not doing the animation.
It's not doing what I wanted to do.
Oh,
Wait, hold on. That's because this needs to be inside here.
Oh snap. Right.
Bam.
In the Bam Margera.
No. You're too slow.
That's right.
Go away.
Take out the weakest link. Damn it.
Nope. Son of a bitch.
There's no if contact with self speed equals 0. Get rid of all the if ors that you added with the sprite change and just put the sprite index change underneath the self speed equals 0.
So here's what's going to happen with that though.
Okay.
That's going to change the sprite index whenever it's on the belt too.
Oh, you're right.
You get what I'm saying?
Maybe make them two separate entities? Split them
That's
up.
how it was before.
Really?
All right, also, let me just undo everything. Alright. So, the reason why I did it the way that I did it, because this works technically. This technically works right here.
Right.
In that it hits the wall and it stops.
But
Except for the fact that this statement here. Now,
what does that statement say? Else what?
the else self speed equals random 3. Now
It'll
that
go right through the wall. Right.
right. So that's why I changed everything up the way that I did. Because this works technically. Technically works. Or no, it doesn't.
Let me see.
No, this is they're just gonna walk right through it.
Are you sure?
Yes.
And
And goodbye.
my God, they're gods.
All right. I don't know if this collision line thing is gonna work
For the chickens.
for the chickens. Why? Hold on. Where is this? All right. Okay. So that's there.
That's right. Well, yeah. I mean, you could, in theory, go to the wall sprite and just say like object dot sprite index and change the chicken sprite from there. But it would change like all of them. Never mind. That would be stupid.
Wait. I actually saw this code. God damn it. This collision line thing is not, I don't think it'll work with this right now.
Okay.
Why is it not working?
Well, do you want to keep working on it, or do you want to work on something?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep working on it. Keep asking me questions though, because I don't think I'm gonna get very far with this tonight.
All right, so we are gonna switch your mind off and say, okay, so game development. Everyone would love a game developer job, correct? Like, who wouldn't want to work for a gaming company and actually make a living off of it?
I do this for fun and it pisses me off, but continue.
But I mean, if you got paid for it, at least you're getting paid to be pissed off.
Yeah, fair enough.
Alright, so there are actually 10 states in America that are technically rated the highest game developer states in America.
Mm-hmm.
What I want to do is see what do you think is the top 3 states in America for game development for job-wise?
California, New York, Washington.
Damn, California, New York, and Washington, like DC or the state?
No, the state.
The state? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, number 3. Actually, what do you rank those? California, then New
California
York?
number 1. Literally exactly how I just listed.
California, New York, and then Washington. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, third, you were right. Washington State. The hubs in Seattle, Redmond, and Bellevue.
Mm-hmm. All the hipster people. Yep.
All the hipster people. They actually that's where Bungie is. They made Halo.
Right. Yeah.
So Washington State employs 2,833 workers in their state just for game development.
Right.
And they actually contribute $595.2 million to the state just for game development, which I thought was cool. Now, you said New York is the second one, but surprisingly, it's Texas as number 2.
Texas, really?
Texas employs 17,878 employees for game development. Texas was actually the birthplace of first-person shooters, which is Wolfenstein 3D from ID Software. They actually contribute to the state $764.9 million to their state revenue just on game development.
Man, that's impressive.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was impressive. I mean, shit, Texas? Like, come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, number 1, you're totally right, California, employing 63,718 jobs for game development. The game hubs are huge, from San Diego to Los Angeles to San Francisco. California is a huge creative, hub.
Right.
But compared to the other 2 states, this state's contribution from game development is $2.78 billion of revenue to the state.
Damn.
I know, that's more than the 2 other states combined.
Right.
It's throwing down. Okay, so apparently California saw a real annual growth rate of 8.8% from 2009 to 2012
Right.
for the revenue, because it was an average of like 3 points. Oh, god damn. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Like 3.67 million was the average, and now it's like at 2.78 billion. So, go California. Surprisingly, actually not so much. Virginia is not on this list.
No. Yeah.
Because apparently we're a bunch of fucking prudes and we suck ass at this shit. But you said New York is number 2. It's actually rated number 4. Only.
I know it was up there.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's in the top 5. You know, It's employing 8,137 people. Which, compared to how many people live in New York, isn't that huge.
Right.
But, game development's a small market. But what I was surprised to see is like Illinois, Oregon, Colorado, and Pennsylvania were on this list. Like, before Virginia. Like, we really suck. Like, even North Carolina. Like, I think Epic Games is in North Carolina. And, like, I would have figured there would be more, but there's not. And Florida is number 6. Like, God. Disney's there. Like, shit. Orlando should have been employing a bunch of people, but apparently they're not. So yeah, that was pretty interesting to me seeing that survey. Massachusetts is number 5. What the fuck? Okay, so yeah, what do you think of that? What do you think of freaking Texas being number 2?
Not surprised.
Not surprised. Why do you say that?
It's a huge freaking state. Like, honestly, like, I'm not surprised, really.
I mean, when I think of Texas, though, I don't think of game.
I think dirt, cactus, lizards, dirt, cactus, the Bush family, dirt, cactus, lizards.
Oh, man. Not only that, but they're the birthplace of first-person shooters.
Where was Doom made?
Hey,
Find that out. Because that was a true first-person shooter. Where was Doom created? Doom was such a popular first-person shooter, like, that it literally, until that genre really broke out, they were called Doom clones.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that. But I want to see, like, when this Wolfenstein 3D was made as well. So we're going to look that up real quick. Celebrating 20 years, blah, blah, blah. Wolfenstein was made in 1992. And Doom was made in 1993. They beat them by a year.
Oh, you dick.
They beat them by a year.
You dick. You dick. You copied something while I was trying to copy code, you motherfucker.
Oh, shit. I'm so sorry. I totally forgot. Whoops.
It's all good. It's all good. I still had it open. All right.
Yeah, they were simply known as Doom clones. That's really cool. Huh. Science fiction horror. First-person shooter. Doesn't say where it was made, though. What state was Doom made in? What state? United States Marine Corps. What? Doom 2 for the United States Marine Corps. That's not what I wanted. Development. Evil Dead 2. Clones, community references. I'm not finding where it was made from. It just came out of nothingness. Everyone saw Wolfenstein 3D and they were like, oh my god, I need to create a better game. Fire civilians, player, last man standing, yeah. Gameplay development. Eyeballs, beer, blah, blah. I can't find it. Don't know what state it was made in. Was it even made in America? It was made in America.
I doubt it.
Wolf Supremacy was designed and features based on Wolfenstein 3D. They stole it. It was a Wolfenstein's game. It should have been a Wolfenstein's 3D clone. but I imagine it got better hits.
Yeah, I mean that's that X factor that I was talking about. Wow. Damn, that's what I'm looking for. Look for the wiki on this. I was made by the same people though.
Was it made by the same people?
ID, yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's made by the same. It's made by the same people. So
they just improved upon.
Right. So it's. I mean, honestly, it's the difference between Assassin's Creed 1 and Assassin's Creed 2, more than likely. Have you ever played those two back to back?
I haven't.
That's a fun little thing to do because like when I first got Assassin's Creed when it first came out, I was super stoked because I'd seen all the gotten into all the hype and I was really into game news at the time because I had no life, so like I didn't have a job. I literally all I did
was play.
All I did was play video games, and that was like the first game that I actually like 100%ed.
Huh.
And like 100%, I 100%ed freaking Assassin's Creed. That's like one of the only games that I've ever done that with. The only other one that I've done that with is Final Fantasy VII. And then Assassin's Creed 2 came out, and my mind was freaking blown. Because I was like, how could they improve on this game? And then I bought into all the hype on freaking Game Informer and what's the other one? Game Pro, all those freaking websites and magazines and stuff, and like I freaking fell in love with Assassin's Creed 2. This has been like a real interesting like Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, we've been mentioning it quite a bit tonight.
That's a good game.
It is.
It's a really good game.
It's a good game, and it was very well done.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
I agree. I mean, there have been some missteps along the way, but honestly, I couldn't even call them missteps. You know, it's just a misinterpretation of what the player wanted.
Right. The developers went one way when the audience wanted something else.
Yeah, and that's honestly, Square has been doing that with freaking Final Fantasy since Final Fantasy X.
True. Very true. Do you remember Final Fantasy XI? It was an online like MMO.
I never played it. It cost money. I didn't never play it.
I played it for like a month, and god damn it was terrible. I didn't enjoy it. A lot of people I know do, but I didn't enjoy it. Just because it was. Oh Lord. I don't know how to describe it. It was worse than WoW, and I'm not a WoW fan, to be honest with you. I know a few people who are, and God bless them. I just can't dedicate that kind of time to grinding that much. But
what's the name of the wall hit sprite? It's just wall hit.
Yeah. So yeah, it was made by ID Software. So it was made in Texas. Woohoo.
All right.
Yeah.
So Texas, birthplace of modern day first person shooters.
Yeah. Who'd have thought, right? Texas. Yeah. All my exes live in Texas. I was reading this article by Daniel Doan. I think his name is Doan. Doan. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Okay.
But it was Game Developer Pro Tips. Helpful tips to make a game development successful. So this guy writes articles like all the time, and I read them like crazy because he's really good with motivating me to keep working. But this particular one, he thinks the success is to be proactive. What he says here, and I'm quoting, "This is the reason as why most people aren't successful. They either haven't gotten started, or they quit early in a game when it comes to game developing, like developing the actual game.
Right.
Most people are too lazy, not confident enough, waiting on a break, or too focused on distractions. If you really want to make something happen, you can't just talk about it, strategize, and make a plan." Now, what do you think about that little quote? Because I love it.
Hold on, I just, like, literally you started talking, and then I freaking ran into a bug.
You want me to...
Oh, because you freaking put weird-ass capital letters and shit. Alright, anyway, so...
That's called camel casing, okay, sir? That is a standard coding practice.
That's all well and good, but we can't be doing that and also doing underscores in between stuff. We gotta pick one thing and stick to it.
I refuse.
All right, fair enough. You're just gonna make my life harder. That's fine.
Gotta keep you on your toes. Gotta keep you a Welshman.
Totally
They
cool.
always think on their toes.
One second. Now, if I get rid of this, will it? Don't copy anything.
I'm not. I'm spying on you. And I'm gonna copy this line right here.
It's I'm done now.
It's done. Well, fine.
But yeah. So what was that quote again?
Okay, so for game development success, this particular guy says, be proactive. This is the reason why most people aren't successful. They're either haven't gotten started or they quit early on in the game when it comes to game development. Most people are too lazy, not confident enough, waiting on a break, or too focused on distractions. If you really want something to happen, you can't just talk about it. Strategize and make a plan. What do you think about that?
I agree wholeheartedly because honestly, I was a bullshitter up until about where are we at? Damn, like 6 months ago, right?
Yep.
When did? Yeah, because you gave me
when
this,
we started this whole
when we
game development
started.
thing?
Yeah.
I think it was
About
6 months ago.
about 6 months ago. Yeah, I was a bullshitter because I always wanted to do this.
And you always talked about it.
And I always talked about it, but I never really had.
I mean, you never gave it a shot. We never
well,
actually
yeah,
did.
but honestly, it was like I really like this program, Game Maker. I like it a lot because it takes the dauntingness of trying
Making
to code
a game
stuff.
engine?
Right, it takes that completely out of the equation,
right,
to where I can actually get into
Figuring
writing
out
stuff.
coding logic. Yeah.
Right, because I mean, this is everything is freaking syntax and functions.
Not making your own syntax and functions.
Right.
Which
exactly.
is
Which
a
is
completely
what.
different monster.
Right. So, for right now, this is working out perfectly.
I agree.
Granted, once I get a better mastery of Game Maker itself and GML itself, then we can branch out and do stuff like Java and stuff like that. But for right now, this is perfectly good.
Well, here's what I was thinking. I agree with you. Game engines, Game Maker, Unity, what was it, like Unreal Game Engine,
Right.
all of them, very well done. They take the stress off of making your own game engine. They help you out more. They give you more control to make something. It's like
Right.
having a canvas and an easel at the same time. You can just paint what you want. But Game Maker is very limited when it comes to processing stuff and graphic wise.
Right.
What I was thinking was, after we finish this project, I say we branch out and try Unity.
I agree. I agree with you. And Unity is Unity is an engine itself, so I'm not gonna have to write a freaking engine.
Oh, look, they're hitting the wall! Awesome!
Yeah, but this is without the collision lines. I don't think that I can make this collision line thing work right now.
Okay.
Simply because it's just not gonna work.
It's
not working right. It's not like I can get the line itself to work, but for some reason it's not changing the sprite when I want it to. Which I just had an idea on, but honestly I'm freaking burned out on this section of code, so sorry, that's not gonna happen. Not tonight, at least. I've been working on it this whole time and I can't get it to work, so we're gonna just not deal with that right now.
But coming up to our previous conversation, Unity. Not only will it be a more advanced game engine and we can do more advanced things with it, but it actually uses C# which will actually teach you a real programming language.
Right. Hey, GML is a real programming language.
In
sir.
Game Maker, it's called Game Maker Language.
Yeah. Hey. It is a language, though, is it not?
It is. It is. It
Right.
is technically a language for game.
It is. It is.
But
So-
with C#, we would actually be able to grow from Unity to making our own game engines.
Yes, and we will get there. But right now, let me get this shit down.
No,
All right.
I agree. This right here, this is why a lot of colleges and stuff start off with Game Maker, because it'll show you programming knowledge. It has an easy, quick guide where you can look up what the syntax means. But
Right.
to be honest with you, that's all every code is as long as you know the syntax and what things do, it'll work out great for you.
It's all functions and syntax, and the hardest part for me right now is not knowing the crazy functions and stuff. Like there's a way to make this do what I want it to do, but I just don't know what the proper combination of functions are to make it happen.
But I gotta say, we've been working at this for like 6 months now. And you have grown so much as a coder. Like you're definitely surpassed me in Game Maker now. Like I don't know. Like I'll look at your code and be like, what? So you excel in this very well. So I want to see you excel in a language that can be used in a cross-platform, not just in a game engine.
I agree with you.
So. Like I said,
This is perfect
game
for me right
is
now
gonna be
because I
our
have a
Game
full-time
Maker.
job. And I can't.
Oh, yeah.
I have a full-time job. I can't really sit down and like learn stuff. I ain't got time for all that book learning. I gotta teach myself this shit. And a lot of it is just like I sit down on my lunch break and watch YouTube tutorials
Yeah, me
when
too.
I'm not watching Mario 64 speedruns.
Which,
Shout
by the
out
way,
to Swordless Link. That dude's, check his channel out. He's got some really cool stuff on there.
he definitely does. Have you figured out how to jump up on top of the castle perfectly? Like,
I don't have time. There's no time, Josh.
I remember like me and you, we were like trying this for hours, and we were like
and we
taking
were
shots
getting
every time we failed.
Hammered
We
doing
were
it.
just so fucking drunk by the end of it. It was great. It's a great drinking game
Oh,
for
yeah.
fucking
Oh, yeah.
nerds.
Almost as fun as Super Smash Brothers or pretty much any of the other crazy nerdy drinking games that we do.
Yeah.
Where we get
Drunk
freaking
driving,
trashed.
Drunk driving.
Or better yet, the drunk driving battle.
Oh yeah, we had the 3 shots
Yes.
as
yes.
representations of your balloons.
Oh yeah, it's always a good one.
Fantastic way to get drunk.
Good old standby. Have I done anything tonight?
I mean, you've played around with some code. We've talked about some interesting stuff.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to think of if like I've done anything to change this version at all. I don't think I have.
Not necessarily, no. But we have 10 minutes, so hang in there.
Yeah.
And so what do you think?
So,
What do you feel is the most important aspect in a game? Is it the graphics? Is it the music? Is it the addictiveness? Or is it the immersion out of the 4 we talked about?
again, this is like a loaded question.
I know, it's a huge
because
question.
I play so many different types of games.
Right.
Honestly, though, if I was to go with my, one of my favorite games of all time, like Zelda franchise, something like that, it's definitely the immersion, for sure. Definitely 100% the immersion in a game. Like if I'm playing a good game with a good story that I'm fully engrossed in, which is what I really liked about the Final Fantasy franchise and the Zelda franchise, and what other games are really fully immersive. Fallout's good, Skyrim. Those kind of RPGs that really suck you into the world, even though I don't like the open world style.
Oh man, I love that. I love
And
it.
apparently, this new Zelda game, I'm just gonna have to suck it up on the open world crap because
Are they really doing it?
Oh, dude, it's already out, and it's like Fallout but with Zelda characters.
What?
Yeah,
That sounds awesome.
yeah. So that's super. There's only 5 dungeons.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
The rest of it is just exploration.
That sounds fun as shit.
Yeah.
Do they have like random side quests like they do in Skyrim?
I'm sure. I see Breath of the Wild pop up on any kind of social media, anything like that, and I keep going. I want to know as little as possible.
Oh, you want to experience it?
Yeah, dude. Like, and I miss that. Like, I miss because like when I did whatchamacallit, when I first got Ocarina, I knew nothing about the game. Zero.
Right.
Honestly, that was my first Zelda game ever. I knew nothing about the Zelda franchise at all. And I missed that. I missed the not really knowing what to expect.
Do you miss the immersion? Like the immersion of it?
Well, I was like 10 at the time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So,
I mean, Mario 64 for me when I was that age, it was like,
right.
Oh my god.
Right.
It's a 3D game.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, the same era. It was Final Fantasy VII came out. That was another really good, fully immersive game.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 8 and 9. I didn't like 8 as much.
No.
But Final Fantasy 7 and 9, oh dude, I literally, that whole PlayStation era, those two were my go-to PlayStation games.
Now, did you ever have a Super Nintendo?
I didn't, my brother did. I had a Genesis.
Ah, the Genesis. Okay, Sonic and all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what was
Mighty
that?
Morphin Power Rangers, bro. But you know about that Mighty Morphin Power Rangers game? That game was the shit.
Dude, Super Nintendo, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. What you got? Like, that was great.
Oh, dude, Turtles in Time?
Yes!
Hands down.
Yep.
Hands down, one of the best games for that system.
But, Super
So
Nintendo, Final Fantasy VI.
Right.
God damn, that was a good game. Oh my
Yeah,
Lord.
no, I honestly, I never, the big franchises that I'm into, like, now that, like, I'm, like, a diehard fan for, I honestly did not discover until we were in our second and third generation systems. You know, as far as, you know, granted that was the first iteration of PlayStation, but for the Nintendo, that was third generation Nintendo technology. They had already had the NES and the Super Nintendo. I didn't get a Nintendo until I got an N64.
Damn, dude.
Like, I never owned a Nintendo system, and then I didn't own a GameCube. I didn't get another one until the Wii came out.
Shit.
Yeah. I played Wind Waker for the first time this year.
God damn.
I
What do
know.
you think of it?
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
I don't like the graphics as much. I thought making Link more cartoony and stuff, I wasn't a
I
fan.
found I was able to get over it.
Really?
Because the storyline is good. And the gameplay is pretty innovative, and I kind of was able to get past the cartoony, and that's why I didn't get it when it first came out either. Because I'd just come off Majora's Mask, and Majora's Mask was a freaking dark ass game.
Yeah.
It was still is one of the darkest freaking Zelda games, other than Twilight Princess.
Yeah.
And Twilight Princess isn't really that dark. It just
has
more,
a bunch of weird.
It's more adult. It's more adult themed than the typical Zelda game.
Absolutely.
But like, Majora's Mask is like a freaking centered around death and destruction. Like, that's a dark Zelda game. And then they go from that to Wind Waker with all the cartoony shit, and I'm like, I don't even want to. Like, why would you do that? You destroyed the franchise. And I boycotted the entire Zelda franchise until Twilight Princess came out.
Damn.
And then I got a Wii for Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword.
Skyward Sword was pretty interesting. I like the aspect of, trying to immerse you more with controlling the sword and how you swing.
And I feel like one of the biggest things that people complain about with Skyward Sword is the hand holding, which I totally agree with. Right. I totally agree that, like, if I'm playing on hero mode, I do not need this little freaking person yapping in my ear all the time. She's worse than freaking Navi because you can't ignore her.
Hey, listen.
Yeah, dude, it's awful. It's awful. Right. And especially if I'm on my second playthrough on the more difficult setting, I've already done this. I've already done this because you didn't unlock until I beat the game already. So the training wheels can come off.
And
I
that was a developer flaw. Like they could have done that so easy.
And
just
honestly,
skip a scene.
And honestly, if it comes down to it, I think it came down to a push to get the game out before it was ready.
Could very well be.
Because let's face it, when Skyward Sword came out, the Wii was in its twilight years.
Yeah.
It came out 4 or 5 years after the Wii came out. They'd already released a Zelda game on the Wii when it first came out.
Right.
And Skyward Sword had all the features that Twilight Princess was supposed to have. I feel like Skyward Sword kind of was hey, we didn't forget about all this stuff that we promised you when the Wii first came out.
Right, here's your 2.0 version.
Right, it just took us this long to get this stuff right.
Mm-hmm.
Which I accept. And the story itself being a sweet prequel to the whole series, that's pretty sweet. And I enjoyed the gameplay itself, minus the whole Fee sitting there and squawking in your ear all the time. The gameplay and the storyline I found were very enjoyable.
Yeah.
But then now we have Breath of the Wild, and I'm just honestly right now I'm waiting for the special edition Switch to get released because I know it's going to happen at some point.
And you go snag it up like a hotcake.
But yeah, I've skipped. I've bought every other Nintendo system. I had an N64. I didn't buy a GameCube. I got a Wii, but I didn't get a Wii U. So now I'm due. I got to get a new one. So it's time for me to buy a Switch.
Yeah, I'm about the same. I have an Xbox 360, second gen. It's only got 4 gigs on it. It's a garbage system. I use it to watch freaking YouTube and Netflix
Right.
But Super Nintendo, I think the best game on Super Nintendo system was Mario Land of the Seven Stars. The only RPG Mario ever made.
Yeah.
Until I guess Paper Mario wasn't that kind of RPG status.
Mario was still a typical platformer Mario.
Right, but
they might have tried to implement a couple other things, but it's still a platformer. It's just a straight up Mario game.
And I'm very upset that Nintendo didn't keep going with the characters that you made from Super Mario Land of the Seven Stars, like Gino and Mello, and freaking Bowser becomes your friend. What?
Right.
It was crazy. I loved that game. I thought it was the most unique Mario game ever made. But so
I'm not doing a damn thing on this game right now. I'm actually fully involved in our conversation. I haven't touched anything.
It's a good stopping point. It's 10 o'clock. So
is it really?
Yeah, we've done our hour of game dev. We didn't get much accomplished, but we had good topics, and that's really what it's all about, isn't it?
Honestly, I think maybe next week we'll rethink the format of the show itself. And this is something that I just kind of I've been thinking about for the course of the week or whatever. I get most of my work done when I'm able to completely zone in to what I'm doing. And I need 2 things. I need a lot of caffeine. I need a lot of whiskey. And it's a weird combination, but I can't really converse too much at that point.
Well, how about this? How about on Hour of Game Dev, I'll come up with topics throughout the week to talk about. We'll show an update on what we have, and then we'll just, immerse ourselves in the conversation, and maybe. Yeah,
and then I think we need to kind of get away from maybe showing the coding and stuff until, it's not like I'm trying to say, oh no, we should never show coding or anything like that, but I think we should save that for maybe game jams and stuff.
Okay.
Because as far as doing work on the game, I've actually the past couple of weeks has been I've been on my lunch break on a Saturday and just thinking about problems over the course of the day, and I'll whip my laptop out at lunch and throw a couple of lines of code in. Oh, sweet, that works. Cool, bam. And then I'll get back to my actual job. But like, I don't know.
Okay.
I like the conversations more. I feel like maybe we should change the format of the show, and we'll get to that a little bit later after we stop broadcasting.
Yeah, let's go talk show.
Yeah. We'll get guests.
That would be cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
We'll figure something out.
All right.
All I know is I've been watching the Twitch feed on my phone,
Mm-hmm.
and honestly, it's been me and you watching the whole time. I've looked down and I've saw 3 a couple of times.
Yeah. People popping in and out.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing a whole lot of anything going on right along these lines. So I think we're gonna need to change the format up a little bit to kind of see if we can't engage a few more people.
Okay. Well, let's rethink. We'll strategize, and we'll come back next week and hit it again.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Damn right. Well, see ya.
See ya.